Welcome to a new episode of Autism Talk. It's been a while. I literally have just not had the time. It's been a crazy month, a little over. So I am back now with a new episode. And you can see me this time. The last couple of times I've done some audio, and I will do it again in the future, but I kind of wanted to do face-to-face with you since it's been a while. So, I'm here. I don't know how this is going to turn out, so I apologize if it's bad quality. It's the end of my day, so I'm not exactly put together, but I don't really know what time of day I really am put together. I try, and the point of all it is that I try. It doesn't mean that it happens every day, but if I keep trying, then I'm okay with it, as long as there's a little progress there for me, as far as a little self-care. So, what I wanted to talk about this week was having a heart and understanding autism from the heart. I've kind of talked about this, and I usually always have it in almost every conversation as far as the discussion I try and put forward, but it's really hit me a lot this week, and I want to talk about it. So, we've been very blessed with the services that we've had the opportunity to have these past 4 years. We've had ups and downs, and I mean, you have people that come in that it's just not working, and people that come in and they're amazing. So my focus today is to talk about the amazing interventionists that see your child for who they are. That's where I'm coming from. When you have somebody who works with your child day in and day out, and they are an autism interventionist, they have goals, they have things they need to do, but when you are with them, and when you are with them with your child, and they literally, it just feels like they're getting goals done and language opportunities, but you are just having so much fun, and you literally see your child just having the best time. When they speak to your child, and when they're playing, and when they do things, you truly feel in your heart, they see them for them. What I mean is, when they look at Emmett, they see Emmett. They don't just see autism. Autism is certainly a part of our oldest son, and it is obviously I have an autism talk. I have a little thing of a lot of stuff I do is autism focused, but digging under and going through all that, and one of the biggest messages I hope to put out there is for your child to be themselves, and for the people who work with them, make it feel like they're not working with them. I hope I'm making sense here. Because we had somebody say, like, well, he's a little boy and we're just playing. And I love that. I love it when they say how funny he is. I love it when they say that he's 10 steps ahead of what they're trying to accomplish. When they've really, truly gotten to know him, and they don't see him as a file number. They do not see him as a service plan that they have to get typed up. They see him as Emmett, and making it more generalized, when you have somebody working with your kid and they see them for who they are, and they're at your home and they're working, but it doesn't feel like they're at their job. It feels like they're there for an actual home visit with your child. And I think that there needs to be more of a balance. I think that there needs to be a balance of certainly getting the work done and certainly accomplishing those goals. We can get there. And I think that one of the most important things of getting there is to be with the child and follow who they are. One of the biggest things for me is your child is your tour guide. Your child is your tour guide. I've probably said it, I don't know how many times. I'm probably really annoying now saying it, but it's just so true. You need to follow them. There's not one manual written, and it's like, every autistic child, this is exactly what they're going to do. This is what they love. This is who they are. No. Your child, your children, every child, diagnosis or not, is them. They're this little soul in the world, and if we take the time in the world, whether we are in the career or not, to get to know them and follow their lead, is kind of beautiful. I want to make this an appreciation of those who I have witnessed, who have let their guard down, who have sincerely, wholeheartedly seen a little boy, who have seen my little boy as a little boy and not just like MCO, like his file number. There are people who they know his favorite color. They will bring things for him that they know he will like. They literally took time standing in the drugstore and saw stickers that he would lose his mind for, and they gave them to him. Like, they would buy them and bring them because they know, and they can get their data and their language opportunities, but doing like sticker games and whatever. But initially, they know the kid. They have taken the time to get to know Emmett, or whatever your child name is, or children, because there are many families with multiple kids. Especially with autism, there's a 1 in 20 chance, I think, that the second child can, from what I've researched in my little bits of time that I get. So, it's very emotional for me, and if you're wondering why it is, it's because I've been hit with the really hard stuff too. Like, as a mother, it's really difficult when you see somebody come into your home to work with your child, and you know they're at work. And they're just at work. Their agenda in their mind is work. And it is not actually being with a child. It's just getting tasks done that they have on a list and leaving, whether they upset your child or not. They don't recognize or know the triggers that may set your child off because they haven't taken the time to get to know them. And we've had that. And it is what it is. And you can't change anybody, but I can certainly speak up, and I have spoken up in several instances. I hope that you do. I hope that there are parents out there who have seen situations where they are getting services and it's been unfair, and they speak up, because we're all very scared. At least I used to be. I'm not really anymore. It's getting less and less, and I don't know if it's because I keep blaming that I'm turning 30 this year, but I also think it's because my autism mama and general mothering belt is kind of getting a little thicker and stronger every year, and I sincerely just want a better world for my kids. And I want better services as far as being kind and being fair and getting to truly know a child, not just to get paperwork done. Put the paperwork on pause. I know it has to get done. I understand. I used to have to do a lot of paperwork, filling out at the end of the day when I was a recreation programmer. But it's kind of the similar thing. Be with the people that you're going to be working with. Be with that child. Learn about them. Step back, observe, get to know who they are, genuinely. If you fake it, we know it, or at least I know it. And I know a lot of other parents know it, because I've watched and I've listened, and the autism community is insanely amazing because we literally are like this big family. And as much as we can feel alone sometimes, when somebody speaks up, you have 10 others who are cheering you on, who are fighting beside you for your child because they know you would do the same for them. And they know that it needs to get better. They know that it needs to become more truly family-centered and not just written on paper that it's family-centered. We really need to look at it. This is their start. This is our children's start. These early intervention and services are the opening door to the rest of their life. And it's not even that long. It's not something that's going to be with them unless you pay for a private clinic, which who in the name of God can afford that? Let's be honest. It's you. It is you. And for single parents, it really is just them. I'm fortunate enough. I have a partner. We do it. I have a wonderful family. But you are still on this. You are still, it's kind of gone. Like after you finish your early intervention services, there's really nothing as far as what I've learned. If you know, then educate me. But as far as I'm concerned, there's really nothing. There's nothing that's like that much of intensive service. Anyway, I know that for a fact. Unless you pay. Unless you actually pay an autism interventionist to come to your home and work on things consistently. And I will say this, because it's the truth. If I won the 649 tomorrow, or whatever other, I don't really buy lotto tickets, but I do the odd time. If I won any of them, and it would have to be enough, but if I won any of them, there's people who would say they would buy a pool and they would do this. Doesn't mean I wouldn't have a little fun, but I constantly, and I've said this to some interventionists because the ones that have stolen my heart completely, I say it because I would tell them, I'd say, if you ever see me in the paper or anywhere that I've won like $10 million or what have you, I am opening up an autism intervention clinic. I know I do not have the education to do that as far as that wouldn't be what my job would be. My job would be literally just opening a clinic and having and paying autism interventionists, the really good ones, the salt of the earth people like I talk about, the ones who get to know the child and genuinely care about them. I would say, in 6 weeks, call me, I'll have a job for you. Hire that and get as many kids in early intervention services as we could the day they are diagnosed. And before, if there's any inkling. I feel like I'm in a milk box or crate or whatever it is right now. I'm just very fired up today. Mind you, we've had a really good week and a really good few weeks, but I'm kind of in this place of, I'm so sick of the unfairness. And I really, really hope that the kind of pit of my stomach bad feeling I have about future services as far as the criteria to hire people is done different. Like, I'm so scared it's just going to become about what the proper education they have and how many hours they did somewhere. It's not going to be about their heart and soul and the actual, to have the kindness and understanding to work and get to know some kids. I feel like it's turned into who you know. I feel like it's turned into your resume. It's turned into paperwork and it's not hard anymore. It's just turned into paperwork. So that's my rambling for this week. I love you all. Thank you for those who continue to support this. To the autism parents who feel like they are alone, you are not. To the autism parents who feel like services are unfair, I'm so with you on that. And it's not all the services. What I'm saying to you is it's unfair when you look and you see the pieces in it that could be changed, and it would open up a whole new work. It would open up a whole new place. It would be amazing. And to the autism interventionists who sincerely, with their heart, blood, fire, care about the kids, there's a friggin' place in heaven for you. And I literally just watched myself wig my head a little bit. And I've officially gotten an attitude problem as far as this. I'm so gone. I'm just in this place where I'm hoping, and I will always try and keep faith that the ones with the heart and the soul and the fire for the kids are the ones that succeed, and that they be recognized and be held, that their hard work to be recognized, for them to really, really, I just want a better world as far as that. I want it to be a place where the good ones, and there are the good ones, are really shown. And it's not just a facade and paperwork and all that other foolishness that turns my stomach. Yes, this is very raw and whatever. You can call it whatever you want. It's me. and I'm just very emotional this week. It's probably because we only have 4 visits left of EIBI, and then we are done. And the AIs that we've had who have been impeccable should be any AIs in our 4 years with every service that we've had. You guys are amazing. And the people who are in working with autism who literally see it as a job and don't see the kids, you need to educate yourself. And a lot of other things, which I'm not going to say because that might get me in trouble. And I don't really want to get into trouble right now. I just want to voice and show you that people who spend a lot of time with your child and working with them, you're very easy to read after a while. And I really hope that down the road, like I said, parents aren't sitting at home debating whether they should end services because somebody is unkind, somebody sees that file number, somebody sees you as a meeting and not as a family. Let's have less of that, shall we? I think so. I'm going to end it here because I rambled along for enough. I shall see you next week for another episode of Autism Talk from this emotional wreck of a mother. I love you all. I thank you for the support. And stay tuned for more. If there's anything you would like me to talk about, please just comment or message me privately. Thank you.